Welcome to the Seven Dimensions of Wellness. In this episode, we'll talk about one of the seven dimensions: spiritual, physical, emotional, career, intellectual, environmental, and social. Tonight's dimension will focus on social. Our guest is a very special artist. She is best known for her Jacksceptic fan art. Her work was heavily featured in the famous YouTuber's channel, accumulating 10,000 followers on Instagram. And yeah, we were also schoolmates back in high school. Okay, so let's give it all up for Kiyoshilia. Hi, Kiyo. Hi.
Web. Web.
Yeah, welcome.
That's also a great start.
Thank you. So, yeah, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Technically, I'm formally Kiyoshilia. I go by the name right now. Kiyo Soon. That's Kiyo underscore Soon with a double N. Pretty much right now, I do hobbyist stuff on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hobby stuff online. I
Yeah.
get it. Okay. But yeah, Kyo, I'm actually very curious because what inspired you to do art in the first place?
Not really that much, but uh, I got used to it. I guess you could say ever since at a young age that I just got really into. I'm just gonna draw pocket.
Mm-hmm. Drawing pockets? Sorry about that. I couldn't hear you properly. Ah.
Oh, oh my God.
Like, was it drawing
Wait,
pocket? Like what?
no, I mean, like ever since I was young, I always or like I have gotten used to drawing. Like it has been like uh in my get go for a long. Uh, God, I keep saying like all the time.
Like all the time.
But what I mean is that ever since I was young, it has been like my hobby ever for such a long that I kept on drawing. Like I really just started off like just drawing stick figures, like just nice.
Oh no.
I think you pretty much you heard of the game like this was way back during the Y8 games era.
Uh-huh.
I think have you heard of the game Wink the game?
Wink the game? On Y8?
Yeah, you haven't heard of it?
I have heard of it, but maybe some of our viewers are not familiar with it. Can you tell us a little
Okay,
more
but it's
about it?
kinda a stick figure-ish, but it's not complete stick figure. They have like circle roundish bodies already. If I remember correctly, you go to this castle just to save a princess, and me and my cousins always play this game all the time at my aunt's house. We would always switch turns who's gonna be playing it, and then when we finish the level, we always
So it's kind of like a bonding moment between the cousins.
yeah.
So that's one of your like first
It's
few.
it's like the very first I guess you can say inspiration because I remember correctly that in preschool it has always been my drawing, my go-to body drawing,
At the back of your
and then
notebook.
yeah. Yeah.
Now, as the years go by, right, we practically grew up, and after high school, we never really got a chance to, catch up all the time.
Yeah.
So, how did it start? Yeah, how did it start? When did you feel like, you know what, I'm gonna draw for Jackseptic? Like, how did that happen?
Actually, it came out of the blue. It's not technically that I immediately went on drawing for just art or something like that. But I remember that I used to watch Felix all the time, and then I just for some reason I came across to one of Strawn's videos, and I remember which video was it. It was the Ori and the Blind Forest. You
Hey,
know that?
yeah, such a classic.
Yeah, I think I stumbled through his game, through his playthrough, and then I just binge watched that entire game, or like the entire playthrough that he does, and then I just kind of like, you know what, seems kind of a fun guy. And then when I view onto his channel, he's pretty much very loud, like overly the top YouTuber that you wouldn't expect. And then it went from there. I kept on watching all of his content pretty much up until his recent up. And then I guess when it comes to drawing, it pretty much starts off when I wasn't really going to school within that year that I decided, you know what, if I'm not gonna do anything at home, I'm just gonna draw. And that's where it pretty much started. It kind of just started off like, you know what, whatever I want to draw, I'm just gonna draw it. That's pretty much like my goal when I started off. Like, I just want to draw Sean's fan art, whatever. I'm not doing things.
I'm actually also curious. Even Gam, okay, even Gam, like the co-creator of the podcast, Gam, he's also curious. What platform did you use to, put your art out there? To for Jack to notice, for Sean to notice, because I feel like that's kind of scary for a few people who are just starting and aspiring to become artists. That level of anxiety is killing them inside. That, you know what?
I don't want to put my art out there. I don't know where to put it.
Yeah. Yeah. So where did you put it, though?
Usually, before Instagram, I used to post my art just on Facebook, and I'm pretty sure you've seen it.
No.
Question mark.
Oh yeah, of course. Come on, dude. I'm a heavy supporter ever since. Yeah.
No, but I mean, yeah. I tried posting it on Facebook. Let's just say I didn't like Facebook, and then I tried it on DeviantArt, which is like the go-to for like posting art. And then I just figured out when I heard about Tumblr, that's where I thought, oh, do I have the will to test my luck? Just try to get his like a little bit of time that he can see the fan art that I'm doing. And then it didn't start it off immediately, but I just remember that I just kept posting and posting on Tumblr back then. And then it wasn't really a reblog, but rather he just liked fan art, and it made me really happy. Like, just at least a little like from Sean, that would just make me happy.
So it's more of like just pushing your luck, just like what you said. And
It's pretty much like an RNG base.
exactly, like if this happens, okay. If it doesn't happen, I'm okay too. And and then somehow, okay, I'm trying to remember what actually happened. Then somehow Sean was able to notice it in one of his YouTube videos. Am I right?
No. Well, before his YouTube channel, like his video that he uploaded, I have received like a few notifications from him. It just started off from Tumblr where I just kept posting. Like I said earlier, that's where it kind of builds up. So when people start noticing the art, I get a lot of people noticing my art as well. They like you, and then I just kept going basically. And then from there, I guess Sean notices, and then he just reblogs the art itself.
I really didn't. I really don't have Tumblr. So I really don't have Tumblr. So I only support you via Instagram and Facebook at the time. And I think just for the context of everyone who's listening right now, during these years, I think this was around like 2015 or 2016.
I don't remember
Yeah.
even. It's been such a long.
I know, but basically, PewDiePie or Felix, and his friends like Jacksceptic or Sean was just starting to boom on YouTube. Their trio with Markiplier, and everyone is rooting for them. Like, they're all the rage during those years. So somehow they built a community together, which was really awesome. By the way, now because you said you did have a name change from Kiyoshilia to Kiyochan, and you did have accumulated 10,000 followers, which is a lot. Okay, which is a lot, and it's really bonkers because I want to ask, because what's the best and worst part about gaining a huge audience or people who support your art?
You just can't please everyone. So like the more people come in your art, like your art, And then usually back then, when I ever held like monthly doodles, which didn't last long, but because it kind of just bombarded with so much doodle requests when I do that, like monthly doodle requests, there was a certain point I didn't focus on my school, and then I just focused on the art, which is not a good idea to begin with. Like you're just gonna skip your academics and whatnot.
Oh no! Oh no! I can feel the tension from here. Oh.
Yeah, but yeah, like I said, you just can't please everyone. Just so because, like I said, it's are you just really doing art for yourself or just
It's kind of very crucial for people to actually
yeah,
ponder on that question. Like, are you doing art just to please yourself or to please everybody?
yeah,
And how can I say this? Some people that I know, um, it's not really art like sketching, but we do have a lot of forms of art. But they chose their form of art because they want to please everybody. And I think you shouldn't really prioritize that as your intention. You know, like, oh, I want to be popular, I want to be famous. Yeah, la, 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 la. I mean,
yeah,
like, it's gonna bite you back in the long run. I do understand those people who have those intentions because maybe they were deprived of the attention or popularity when they were younger, and now, you know, we try to cope up with the form of art that we've chosen, so which is really
yeah.
cool. Okay, so Kilio, last question though. I do want to ask, since you have been an experienced artist for all of these years, what's the advice that you can give to those aspiring artists now?
Pretty much. That's pretty much you're asking the most common question.
I know. I'm so sorry. Ah.
uh, there's actually a lot. Don't be afraid to try everything you can with your art. Like if it's like regards with art tracing, you just have to make sure that you're freaking crediting the artist for that whatever you took inspiration on. But just don't be afraid of trying out new things, especially with art. Sure, you're just gonna start off with just basic uh, shading and whatnot, and you just want to try out this art style that like from this artist, but just don't know what to do. You just have to try. Just do it. Basically.
Do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
Oh, the memes. The memes are coming back. Oh my goodness. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Kiyo. Before we wrap up the podcast, is there anything else that you want to add?
No.
Yeah.
Pretty much that's about it.
Yeah, pretty much that's about it. It's all right. Okay. So thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kiyo. Don't worry, we might have a second session in the future. So thank you for tuning in. The show notes and everything that's mentioned in this episode will be posted soon on our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/runaway podcast, facebook.com/runaway podcast. Subscribe to the podcast, share the podcast, run away with Runaway Podcasts.